Hi friends, I'm Alexandra Soes. Welcome to my sewing room. Today is Vlogmas Day 5. So I initially had a different plan for Vlogmas Day 5. I did a sew along with me of a Sewaholic Holly Burn skirt, and it's taking forever to edit. So I thought I would do something else quick so that I could give you all a vlog today. And my husband suggested that I show you all the artwork and things hanging on the wall in my sewing room, which I thought could be fun. I know that I've done a bunch of videos about like stuff in my sewing room, but I haven't really talked about that before, so I thought you all might be interested in it. I know I really like to look at other people's sewing rooms and craft rooms, so I'm gonna flip you guys around and I'll show you what I've got hanging on the walls. First, we're on this side where I have, of course, thread racks hanging on the walls. I've got a bunch of serger thread here, a bunch of like normal thread from Joann's here, and a lot of woolly nylon and Gooderman thread from Wawak in the Garment District there. This is thread that a former coworker gave me, and it was all very, very old thread, so I didn't want to sew with it. Thread does go bad after a while, and so I put it in this container, and I tried to pile it in here. Let me see if I can lift this up for you guys. Woo! I tried to pile this in here like in rainbow order, and I think I kind of loosely got it. You can kind of see like the pinks and the reds, yellow, blue, purple. So that was kind of what I tried to do. We've already talked a little bit about my Target Dollar Spot holiday decorations. I love them. I have them for a couple different seasons, and I think they're really fun. This is a costume that I made my husband and I years ago. I am, if you can't tell, I'm a candy corn, and he's the candy man. We used to do a lot of ballroom dancing and swing dancing, and this was a really fun costume pair for us. We won a costume contest at the place where we took ballroom lessons twice in this costume. It's one of my favorites. And fun fact, this fabric is this fabric is just plain old quilting cotton and solids, but this pattern is the same pattern I made my wedding dress out of. So that's really fun. Here I have a letter block hanger thing that I bought at Anthropologie in high school, so probably like 2002 or 2003. And A, of course, is the first letter of my name. And my great-grandfather on my mother's side was a Polish printer. He printed in Polish in Baltimore. He printed all the church bulletins and things like that. He was the only one, and so my mother saw this and thought that it was appropriate for the great-granddaughter of a printer. So here is a poster I love. This is from the Sierra Hull Winter Tour. I love bluegrass music, especially modern bluegrass music. And we saw Sierra Hull in Baltimore, right there. I've seen her a couple times, and she signed it for me. I got the last poster that they had, so that was really exciting. Hello! This mirror is just something I bought at the Dollar Spot at Target, which is where I buy all of my seasonal goodies. And this was something I bought around Valentine's Day, but I've really liked it. It's a nice place to like just check myself out real quick while I'm walking on by. And then I've got a big blank space here, and what's ultimately going to go here is giant buttons that I can hang things on. I've already started to make those down in my husband's wood shop. They're not ready yet. This thing is really cool. This is a hanger. So you can pull it out like that and you can hang your hangers on it, which is really nice. I usually do all of my work clothes like a week in advance, and so I can just bring them all down here and hang them up and iron them all in one go. Okay, over here, this is one of my favorite things in my sewing room. So this is at my ironing station, you can see. I've got these 4 comics from my favorite webcomic, My Life as a Background Slytherin. I just think these are so funny, and my favorite ones are the ones with Professor Snape, who's one of my favorite characters in Harry Potter. And I just think these are completely hilarious. So if you don't follow My Life as a Background Slytherin on Instagram, you should definitely consider it because they're hilarious. I also support Emily on Patreon. I just love her. I think her stuff is so funny. Over here, this is my all-time favorite comic. This is my dog right here. But like, what if it was for puppies? My husband and I say that all the time. Over here, I've got the Paper Plate Award. I won my first year at Camp Workroom Social. I got this award because I was taking the swimsuit class and I ordered cups, foam cups, to go in my swimsuit online, and they came and like they were the size of my head. Like, I don't have boobs that big. I ordered the size that they said for my bra size, but they came and they were enormous, much too big for me. So I bought another set at Joann's that were like really hard and weird, but like more close to my size. And then I took some flat foam with me. So I just like bundled all this up and took it to camp with me. And it actually worked out great. There was another lady there who had really large boobs and was from, I think, Australia, and didn't have any foam cups, and I was able to give mine to her, and that was really wonderful. And I think I ultimately made mine out of flat foam, but it was just really funny. So they gave me that award the first year, and I got a really good chuckle out of it. I thought that was really sweet. Here, this thing is from IKEA. It's like a IKEA pegboard, and I've got all this ribbon hanging on it. So fun story about this ribbon. This is from my wedding. We didn't have wedding colors. I was kind of, this sounds really funny, but I was inspired by a maypole. Our wedding was in May. We got married at my husband's father's, and his mother was alive then too, the house he grew up in, outside. So we got married in the woods, and then we had a reception outside. We got really lucky that the weather was good. And I just hung ribbons everywhere, over everything, in different colors. And we got married right in front of like a backdrop of all of these ribbons hanging down from some branches that we had made into like a little archway. And it was really beautiful, if I do say so myself. And so I kind of like having those hanging there. I don't use them that often. If I ship something, if I like sell something on Poshmark and ship it, I will send it off in that, tied up with ribbon. But I just love having them hanging there. They make me really happy. And again, I tried to hang them in rainbow order because everybody loves a rainbow. This right here, he's not hanging on the wall, but I got to talk about this guy and this machine. So this is my grandmother's sewing machine. It is a 1963 Singer, and it doesn't work right now. I had it fixed years ago, and the person who fixed it didn't do a great job, and it broke immediately again. So eventually I'll take it to my guy that I like and get him to fix it, but for now, it just sits there. But this is a Puffalump mouse. If any of you remember Puffalumps from the 80s and 90s, they're really cute stuffed animals. And I have a much more bedraggled version of this one that was my childhood companion. And so over the years, people have bought different versions of him, and I've bought a few on eBay, and so I've got a couple upstairs, and I've given a few away. I gave one to my goddaughter, and I've given them to various other people. They make me happy. I think they're really, really wonderful toys for kids because they can go in the washing machine, so I just love them. Anyway, this is my signboard. I watch a lot of movies while I sew, so I almost always have a movie quote on here. And this is one of my favorite moments in Ocean's 11, where Basher gets, busted out from this bank robbery gone wrong, and blows something up, and because of the incompetence of all the people he's working with. And so when they pick him up, he's like, oh, it'll be nice working with proper villains again. It's just one of my favorite parts of the whole movie. And then these guys are my June Taylor pattern weights, which I paid way too much money for on eBay, but I love them and I use them all the time. And actually I've got 4 of these knife blocks. So those are all leather tools, and that little anvil I used usually for jeans hardware, miscellaneous like screwdrivers and things. I need Allen keys to change the needles in my serger, hammer for hardware, and this thing, I've talked about this on my channel before, but my husband made me this. It is a sharpened up screwdriver, and it's great. It is the best possible thing for punching holes in your denim to put hardware in. So, and that's kind of it. That's about it for the things on my walls, the decorations in my sewing room. I'll take a step back so you can get kind of a good look. I'm really looking forward to putting some stuff on the wall right here. And I've got some ideas. I think I'm going to ultimately get a larger TV. This one is really old and it doesn't work super well anymore, and mount it to the wall here. And I feel like I want to get a poster for there. So I'm undecided on what I want to do, but I feel like it's looking relatively good in here, especially over in this region. So if I can just extend the success of this region and this region to the rest of the room, I'll be really happy. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in my sewing room today. I'm sorry I didn't have a more exciting video. Like I said, I was just having trouble getting that edited. I'm not really very good at video editing yet, although I know that one day I will be. And so I just couldn't finish that video for you guys for today, but it's coming soon, and it'll be great. We'll make a skirt together. So thank you so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.